On today's episode, we're talking about the fragility of men, why Erica likes expensive wine, my obsession with the Challenger, and spelunking. Welcome to Season 2 of Unseen. This season, we want to go deep with our listeners. Do you have a queer confession? Share it with us. Totally confidential, 100% anonymous. DM us, send us an email, or call in and leave a message at 917-382-0258.
We're fucking over it.
We're fucking over it. There's almost nothing that I'm not over.
Precisely.
So I can go on and on.
Where are there endless topics that you're just fucking over all the things?
Okay.
And so that's what we're going to talk about today.
Okay. Can I tell you what I'm over right this very minute?
Absolutely.
The fucking deep freeze that is Northeast United States right now. I am sick of all the fucking snow in New York. I am sick of waking up and it's a negative blah, blah, blah outside. Getting out of bed is not easy.
It is not.
My house will not get warm, like space heater situation. My electric bill is going to be through the roof. LOL.
Mine was 150% of what it normally is. I just paid it today. But I just make it painfully warm because I cannot.
I can't. My house, like, physically doesn't matter what I set the thermostat at. Like this morning, it would not go over 61.
Yeah.
And then my kitchen ceilings are all leaking because of ice damming, which is a term I never heard of until last week.
Well, it's because your house is now kind of an igloo when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because it's like covered in ice.
It's covered in ice. And it doesn't warm up enough to melt. So that's what I'm over.
I'm over that too. I'm kind of like, are we at that point in life where we've chosen to live in the Northeast? Snow is not new to this area. We had like a weird 10 years where nothing happened, and now
it's not just snow. It's this
cold.
We've been in a deep freeze for weeks. Normally it's like a few days and then you have a day where you're like, oh my God, I'm going to survive this. Like tonight I was driving here and it was still not fully dark out at 5:45. So I was like, I'm going to make it. Like I'm going to make it through this winter.
Okay, so tell me about like the difference between that and Canada.
Like when I lived in Canada?
Yeah, like you lived in...
I was a child, but let me tell you something about geography. Or maybe geography is not the word. Clearly I don't know shit about anything. The way Toronto was situated is like when my parents moved back probably 10 or so years ago and we went to visit them, it was May and it stayed light there till like 9:30 at night because of where we are is just fucking dark is what I'm trying to tell you. Latitude and longitude. It stayed lighter there longer.
Really?
But even when I was in Florida over the holidays, just it being light until like 6 o'clock.
I feel like it's lighter in Maine too.
Yes.
Latitude and longitude.
I am no scientist. I don't.
Quote of the century.
I can't tell you why, but it is lighter there. We're in this hellhole of darkness.
It's the lack of light. It's the darkness. It's the deep freeze and the fucking ice. Not just snow, because fluffy snow is great. This is so ice snow.
Everything is... We lost our garage remote somewhere in our car, but just like going into the garage. And I have a garage. I'm so fucking spoiled.
I was going to say,
going into the garage and like getting in the car. Our cars are filthy. Our boys' shit is everywhere because I can't bring myself to spend a moment outside. There's like a hammer just sitting on the snow in my backyard because I won't go get it. There's a giant shovel just sitting in a snowdrift on my driveway because I won't go get it.
I have like a decent 3 to 4 feet snowdrift on my second level deck. And I'm like, could collapse. Am I going to get out there and shovel it? I thought about it really hard today as the ice was violently shooting off of the roof onto the deck, which made the sound like terrifying. And also maybe I should do something about it. And I was like,
nah,
probably not.
Quinn does this thing where if he's like terrified, he will just lay in his bed and scream instead of just coming into our room. So this morning I am awoken by a muffled scream because it's coming from behind 2 closed doors, just screaming. And I go in his room and he's like, something was knocking on the window. There was a bang. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it's fucking ice.
Nice. Yeah.
Like shattering from the roof. It's loud. It's scary.
That reminds me of like how lately I've been channeling my mother somehow in the things that she used to say to me, which were wildly inappropriate to say to children that come up to my, it's like so instinctual that I want to say to kids. And I have to
Like
fight
what?
it with Danny. In that moment, what came up to me was, and this is in the voice of Margaret, I will fucking give you something to scream about if you do that again. It is like, but I was terrified of that woman. It worked. God bless.
Your mom,
Absolutely.
Margaret?
I thought she would actually beat me up.
Mm.
I feel like that's the fine line, right? Like she didn't, but she could.
Yes, you were never quite sure.
Wasn't sure. So I behaved.
Anytime I get so mad at my kids that I scare them, I feel so much guilt and shame that they
obviously.
would ever be afraid of me. But I also grew up in fear.
Is this a millennial like?
Yes.
We just broad brush this.
Did you have boomer parents? Were you afraid?
Yeah. So it's funny. Laura and I talk about this. Okay, we need to establish. I will call my wife now LB
Okay.
because you are Laura.
Okay.
And I were talking about this.
Okay, perfect. There we go.
And she was not afraid of her mother, but she grew up Catholic. So she had the fear of God in her.
Mm.
It was the look of God's not going to like.
Oh.
I feel like that's worse. I feel like that's a bigger hill to overcome as an
Yeah.
adult.
I grew up Catholic, but my parents were just.
Did you do the whole thing? I don't know what they're called. I get very confused. Like you turn 11 and you eat some crackers and then
Eat some crackers.
You have a party.
Our entire relationship, anytime I've dragged Sam to Mass, she's like, can I eat the cracker? The Eucharist. Yes, I was baptized. I had
Right,
my
it's
first
the body of
communion.
Christ.
I was confirmed. Like I did all the things.
that was the thing. I was like, what is the difference between Catholicism and like all the other Christianity things? And Laura's like, they actually believe the cracker is the body of Christ. And I'm like, you gotta be
This is the
fucking
real body
kidding
of
me.
Christ. We are drinking his blood. We are eating his blood.
They believed it. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I love that for them.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in a different direction. Do you know what I'm over?
What?
It's a larger topic.
Okay.
The fragility of men.
Ooh.
Over it. Everything is like, oh, everybody's so sensitive.
Poor men.
Poor men. And right now I just can't handle it. I'm just waiting like the goddamn Epstein files, which I know
do
you've
not
been.
want to talk about the Epstein file. You
And-
know what I was thinking about on the way here?
What?
And hear me out. Okay. So, you know how some people, there's this theory that like in 2020, COVID hit and we all just actually died and now this is hell or we're living in a simulation. Have you heard these theories?
No, maybe like once when I was watching TikTok at 2 a.m. in conspiracy theory
Okay.
land. But yeah, sure.
So I'm wondering if maybe that is true and we all died and went to, like we were in hell. So that means there's also a world in which
Parallel universe.
the people who were heaven bound are experiencing not this. But okay, so here's my.
It's not hell. Hell would be far more fun. I think this is like purgatory.
But I'm like, just everybody I love, why are they all in hell with me?
well, there's that.
Just everyone. I know some
So
really
that
good people who
debunks
don't
the
belong
theory.
here.
That debunks the
Okay,
theory.
so my theory. I've talked it out.
But yeah, fragile men. I'm just so over it.
What are we going to do
even
about it?
corporate workspaces where it's like you have to really check what you're saying.
This is
Often.
something that I have gotten into with my sister over the years because she would tell me stories of things that happened to her in corporate America and the way men would speak to her, the way they would take credit for her work, and the way she just had to like take it. And I was like, oh, there's a reason I don't belong there.
Mhm.
Because what do you mean? You didn't tell him to go fuck himself.
Yeah, it is so just all the time.
And like finding a way to be assertive, but also still be respectful and not be like, that crazy bitch, you're freaked out.
Or she's emotional, that
Oh
woman
my
in her
God.
40s. Look at her speaking up. No, it's a thing where I'm getting less and less tolerant of it. It's also something where sometimes I'm a fly on the wall and I get to witness these things and I compile it over time. And I find it fascinating how often men are allowed to have these emotional outbursts in a professional setting that would otherwise be, if a woman had that same behavior, it would, people would be like fuck is wrong with this woman?
I'm actually thinking right now about Serena Williams she would get so much shit for like, because tennis is the most annoying sport. We have to all be so like, follow the rules and don't make any noise. And it's so la-di-fucking-da. And like, people would just talk so much shit about her if she dared to throw a tantrum or get angry or yell. When you look at like John McEnroe or these famous tennis players who they would throw their rackets, they would freak the F out. And that was just like, men.
It was
God
they were
forbid a woman
idolized
behaves
for
that
it.
way,
It was like,
right?
of course, they're passionate.
Right.
It's like, no, you're just a crazy bitch if you're a woman.
It's passion for men. You're just too emotional.
Yeah.
If you're a woman.
So I think there's too much of it. And obviously the joke that I'm constantly having in my house is, well, I don't know if that's for a man or a woman to figure out because men are just too emotional. So it's probably not for them. What else am I over? Other than, okay, we won't talk about the outside world because I think everybody's over that right now. Deeply. Being good.
What does being good mean to you?
I mean, so many things. Like in every archetype that we belong in, right? As a cis woman, don't speak up, don't be too whatever. Hold yourself in a contained space that is not too offensive to anyone else. Don't ruffle feathers.
Yeah.
A queer woman the same way. Corporate woman the same. Like all of the spaces that we exist in, it's like you're supposed to be good, especially being a mom.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid you're a mom who wants to go out, have some drinks, take your shirt off.
Take off your top.
I mean, I have not done this in a few years, but like get a little crazy and just say, yeah, I needed to get crazy and fuck it. Like,
I need to just leave my good at home on my dresser for one night.
But how many times, I'm so curious about this because I feel like I'm better at it than most people.
You're pretty good at not being good.
I lean into my hedonism and I'm like, listen, I've got one life. I don't know what's next. I'm going to live it as much as I can within reason. Again, right, there it is. It's like the self-check of within reason. But like being good is fucking boring. It is so boring.
It's so boring.
What is being good to you?
I don't know. You're making me think about something I feel really lucky about is like having kids with the partner that I have. And I feel like when we had kids, for some reason, I feel like a lot of women are so heavily impacted by the outside world and the expectations. And it fucking kills me that women will be talked down to by nurses or doctors or being told what to do in parenting. And some women don't have the confidence to fight that or they don't trust their own instincts. And I think Sam and I just both naturally had that. And so we certainly fuck up all the time as parents, but just do what we're going to do. And I like, even when I had babies, I wasn't worried about, people who stress about, are they doing this at the right time? And I was like, everyone's happy and healthy. Like, I'm going to take my kids where I want to go and do what we want to do. And I'm not going to stress if he's not crawling as fast as his friend. And I feel like that is extended into just having young children. And sometimes on a Saturday, we want to lay the fuck around and give the boys a screen. And sometimes we're just going to do that and be lazy. And sometimes we're going to put ourselves first and not always just do kid things all the time, even though, we do tons of kid things.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, it's just like the confidence between myself and my partner to know that we can parent and set our family up in this way and like could not give a shit what anybody thinks about that.
Yeah, because now we have the internet, which for good or bad has given us all the access into other people's lives where they're like, this is my perfect little life and this is how everybody's supposed to be.
And we're also this generation of gentle parenting and helicopter parenting, and we keep all the fucking kids too busy and too much this. Like, we talk about youth sports where we live all the time. It stresses me out. Like, no, I'm not putting my 7-year-old, my 8-year-old on a travel team because I don't want to travel out of state every weekend to watch children play baseball.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not what I want to do with my time. And so like we all have these choices and I just feel good about not all the choices I've made in life.
So you don't have
those
the struggle of, or the fight of being good versus just being you.
In that part of my life? No.
Or like what other parts?
I don't know. being good. I bring a different version of myself when I'm teaching to my students.
I'd love to see that. I bet you're so like intimidating.
I don't think I'm intimidating. I think they find me very friendly and accessible.
Of course.
But I don't, roll in there and talk about my wife and my queer life and my queer podcast and all the crazy shit I've done that's very much out in the world if anyone cares to look for it. But they're not that interested in me or who I am. But certainly there's a degree of, it's like when you're young and you don't think of your parents as real people, right? Who make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to bring that different self. And sometimes I have to check myself and be like, don't say that. Let them think. Let them speak for themselves. They're going to have to learn all of this on their own. There's only so much I can give them.
It reminds me of how I used to show up to work, and now as I get older, how I show up to work. So I do it more subtly, where it's like, I will wear a suit with a t-shirt underneath. And sometimes I will wear a t-shirt that is like, men don't deserve to make decisions on women's rights.
You wear that to work?
Absolutely.
I love this. You have to push the boundaries a little. And we talk about this, I feel like, all the time, where you're like, okay, you show up looking like a queer person. I don't always. So, like we went to my sister's small town, New Hampshire, 4th of July event last year with all of our kids. And I wore my abortion rights shirt, like Star Stripes and reproductive rights. And Sam was just like freaking out the whole time that I was going to get into it. She's always a little nervous and I'm going to get into it with somebody. I do have a track record. But I got to push the boundaries a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? And I can't tell you how many women came up to me that day and they were like, I love your shirt. And how many men gave me nasty looks.
Well, there you go.
Good
Fragility.
for me. Yeah.
Fragility. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. The being good thing as a parent, I think that's the hardest part that I think most women who are parents struggle with.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of bars that we're supposed to meet all at once. And it's, that's stupid. I hate saying this, but it's a great, your cup is this full. Like, you only have so much water. You can only do 50% and 50%. Like, you can't do 100% for everything. And it makes a ton of sense. And sometimes I'd show up like 100% here and 20% there. But if your other partner is filling the gap, then it's fine. But
sometimes they're not, and it's still fine. Sometimes Sam and I are both really bad moms on the same day.
You're like, fuck, not today.
They're going to be okay.
They're fine. They are fine.
But yes, I think definitely like as a female and in parenting, and then sometimes even with queer parenting, I feel like we're so much under the microscope. So like when my kids fuck up, I'm like, oh God.
So much.
That looks extra bad.
The perfectionism where I am constantly like, they're 8 years old. They're 9 years old. They're so little. They have so much ahead of them.
They don't know
Let's not
shit.
Put the pressure on them for dumb shit right now.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, I grew up in a house where like nobody looked at my homework, and we've been going through his homework every night since he got into school.
I'm so tired of homework.
Yeah, and it's
I've
just
had
beginning.
A full fucking day, as have my children. Do I want to fight about homework right now? No.
I remember I would ask my mom, like, how do you spell something? And she'd be like, go look it up. I'm like, but I can't because I don't know how to spell it. Like, that's literally the point. And then we'd have this argument to this day. Sorry.
Today, I held up a textbook to my students and I was like, let me introduce you to a glossary, because I've discovered that people don't know what a glossary is. They'd be like, oh, I have a different version than your book and you assigned these pages. And I'm like, well, what's the name of the play I assigned you to read? Who is the author of the play I assigned you to read? Turn to the glossary and look up the author's name.
Okay, so we were talking about this with Joni yesterday.
Who is Joni? We have to say who people are.
Joni is our friend. She's wonderful. And we have these conversations all the time. But it's the lack of like Gen Z. I don't want to broad brush it too much, but there's like there's like a segment of this generation, and hopefully it's not our kids, where there's like a serious lack of critical thinking skills.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do I figure this out on my own? I swear to God, that one like win I have as a mom, and my kid asks me a dumb fucking question, because they do. I'm like, I don't know. How do you think you can figure this out on your own if I wasn't here?
So mad at us because I'm like,
I don't care.
You have to figure this out.
You have to figure it out. I'm not going to like do everything for you so you just end up being this like fucking blob in society. No, you're going to figure shit out and you're going to get creative I call it being a detective. How can we be a detective about this? And yeah, there's no critical thinking. Like the fact that someone is in college and they're like,
I
that
don't
would
know the
make me
page
nuts.
number.
Insane.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. But you know what? It's millennials' fault. Hate to say it, but millennials who had these children
It is.
wiping their asses until they're 13. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a big fan of tough love. You know that.
I think it's necessary. They're never
brutal
going to
tough love.
learn. I have 2 boys. They're disgusting. And I'm like, at some point, I'm just going to have to let you go out in the world being disgusting. Because if you're not going to listen to me, maybe some girl you have a crush on or one of your friends being grossed out by you is going to help you make a change.
Okay.
All right, this is fun. What else are we over?
This is a fun one. I'm over this, but I'm curious where you sit. That
Okay.
I'm over beauty industry standards because who are we getting Botox for? Who?
Don't hate on Botox.
I'm not
I love
hating on it. Look, I'm a friend of mine in Boston. When I go there in a couple of weeks, we're probably going to do a little sesh.
Okay, but don't forget that you and I have spray tan, mani, pedi, a date coming up.
I love this for me so hard. It's like,
This was your
if
idea, though.
I know, I'm pumped because I'm like, if I were in Long Island, on,
Can't be in it.
what would we do for fun? We would get a spray tan.
I don't know that any of my friends have ever gotten a spray tan with me.
Really?
Yeah. We used to go to the tan.
I've never gotten a spray tan, but I'm down for whatever. Look, if I look like an Oompa Loompa, apparently it's like in these days. So
I get so much thinner and prettier. Just a couple shades make all the difference.
my algebra teacher, oh my God. She actually said that to me once. She's like, tan fat is way better than white fat.
100%.
But really, like when you think about beauty industry standards, I think we're just inundated with all this shit on Instagram where it's like I am at least for supplements. Like you need to be taking this so you have energy and you need to be doing this and like do these fucking workouts. And
Oh my God, if
everything
I
is
took
coming
all
out.
the supplements, I would take a gummy to grow my hair. I would take a gummy
Everything.
for my skin and take a...
Wear this mask, you'll look great. And then they show you the side by side and you're like, I mean, I don't know. Like, who's it for? Who's it for?
It's a lot.
Do we
I
hate
also-
ourselves that much?
I was reading something about how like all celebrity women look the same now. And I was like, it's kind of like there's this Kardashianism that so many young and olds, it's just everyone's getting the same work done.
I could not pick out a Kardashian. I could probably guess, but like,
It's for the best.
I really don't know.
I remember
But is
reading
it
something years ago that was like, Americans know the names of all the Kardashians and couldn't tell you like who's been to the moon. And it felt really accurate.
Well, was the moon staged, the moon landing? We don't know.
I'm not going to.
Conspiracy. I think they went to the moon.
I think they went to the moon.
Yeah.
I have to believe.
Funny that we haven't been since, though. I think that's
believe.
interesting. That was the 1960s. Like women didn't have their own bank accounts then, but we could get on the fucking moon. And now?
Yeah. How did we have the technology to get on the moon? We
don't
were rotary phoning down
I don't
here
think we're equipped
on
for
Earth.
this conversation.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, there were still people.
I'm no scientist.
The operators where you're just like, can you put the call through, Mary? And she's like, got the plugs and she's switching them from side to side. But we landed on the fucking moon. See?
No, don't make me
Conspiracy.
question this. I have to believe in some things. You know, I think about the Challenger explosion at least once a week, right?
Oh my God, I can't believe you're saying this. This woman, it was a comedian. She was talking about Gen Xers and basically the theme was like how they're just like emotionally equipped to just fucking move on from things.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I remember in third grade, we were so excited that teachers rolled in a TV and they were like, you're going to watch this teacher go to outer space today. And everybody's like, yay. And the fucking ship took off and it exploded. And she was like, and then they just pulled the TV away and gave us a math test. So like the time for you to process your emotional baggage is not here for us in the Gen X world. And I thought that was fucking hysterical.
Yes. Well, as a millennial, my English teacher on September 11th, 2001 was like, we're not talking about this. I'm not bringing a TV in the room. We are discussing poetry because we are in AP fucking English.
No.
And she just made us do the lesson. People didn't know where their parents were.
No.
Yep.
Your location is far too close, like proximity to the city to not have
Yes.
a conversation about that. As what were you, like 17?
16. I was in 10th grade.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So
How are you in 10th grade when I was a sophomore college?
I'm just a baby.
I guess you're old and I'm young for
Just a baby child.
our grades.
No, I was born in April. I'm very normal for my grade.
So what do you think about the Challenger explosion, though? We didn't get to that because that is a wild thing. It's like Rome for men or something.
I was going to say it's like my Roman Empire. I always kind of was obsessed with it. I think there's something about this perfect recipe, like the Titanic, the unsinkable ship that sank on its maiden voyage. Like this teacher, all eyes are on the space program. The space program has never been more popular. And they fuck everything up and they let the fucking rocket explode. And then I watched a documentary on it a few years ago. I like could not sleep for days. Just
the O-ring.
About the frozen O-rings and how they
knew.
Fell from the sky for over 2 minutes. They were just alive in this shuttle, just speeding towards Earth for 2 minutes. What was that like?
I don't.
And so I think about
want to know.
Frequently. Like, you know, you are about to die and that everyone you love is watching.
Jesus, Laura.
I am a sick puppy. It's not a good place anymore.
I feel like I have a healthy conversation with myself about death often because it's like something weird happens. You're like, well, I could have died there. Good thing I didn't. And then you're like, but what if I did? And then you go through this exercise of like, if that had happened then. But it's not because I'm like, I can fell for 2 minutes. Like brushing your teeth, 2 minutes.
No, that's me. That is like, me.
They're falling.
I'll just be putting the kids to bed and I'll be like, over 2 minutes. It's just hurtling towards the ocean.
I mean, 2 minutes is a long time. Like if you're sprinting, long time.
It's a long
Holding your
time.
breath, long time.
I think I have to think about these things sometimes.
Okay.
About the absolute agony.
Suffering. You're Buddhist.
Yeah. You keep telling me that.
It's true. You keep going back to suffering. Okay. So anyway, I think beauty standards are fucked up. That's where we started.
I love that we started with beauty standards. Somehow I brought it back around to the Challenger explosion. Everything comes back to Kevin Bacon or the Challenger.
Okay. So LB and I were talking about this earlier today because we were, at the beginning of the month, as we always do, have a little finance conversation. And we brought up the fact that like we no longer buy shitty wine. I just buying bottles of wine. I only buy wine that I like and I'm going to drink. So like I'm over just drinking something or eating something or doing anything when you're not enjoying it. It's like, why? What the fuck? I feel like you would do that. You'd be like, listen, this day and a half old coffee's been sitting in my fridge.
I'll drink it.
You'd be like, I can't waste it.
Yes.
But do you enjoy it? Like,
doesn't matter.
Really enjoy it? Or are you just doing it because you feel that deep obligation?
I like shitty coffee, so that is not a good example.
Okay, so pick something
I'm very happy with a reheated piece of shit cup of coffee.
I feel like you don't drink cheap sparkling wine, champagne, or
available. I mean, I have bought cases of Costco Prosecco to make
but I heard that's actually
with.
Pretty good.
Great.
But you enjoy it.
I'm not just going to like drink it straight. Okay, things that I don't enjoy.
So, okay, here's a great example because my friend Jen, she grew up in Manhattan and she's Jenny from the block. She's the first person I think of when she doesn't like something. It doesn't matter. She is not embarrassed. She's going to send that shit back. She's going to get something else. You don't like this? Nope. Okay, I don't want it. It's not good enough. And I was always kind of like, at the beginning of our friendship, I was kind of like,
as a female, and we're just supposed to be happy with what we have.
Yeah, like you're speaking up. Like, are you sure? No, she didn't fucking want it. And she wanted and now I get it. And I'm fully in that moment. And I feel so like fucking evolved.
Okay, so I get this from my dad, who's a white male boomer, who obviously has walked through this world with a privilege. And Sam has been embarrassed by me our entire relationship because if we're, not always, like if we're going out to like the diner with our kids or something, but like if we're going out to a nice meal and they try to give us a shitty table, I will say no thank you. I will ask to be moved to a better, appropriate table. I am paying for this experience. This experience is not going to be great if you sit me next to the bathroom. And Sam is always embarrassed by that. And I'm always like, did you get the best fucking table and did we have a great time? And did you have to speak up at all? No, you're welcome.
I love that.
But I want to sit, I'm like, I'm not paying a babysitter and going out with my wife and spending a small fortune to be given a shitty ass table.
I've
Do they
never-
know who I am?
Do you know who I am? Ma'am, have you seen this neon sign?
I'm from Unseen. I am a VIP.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
But yeah, I remember I don't even know if I was in my 20s. I was going away for a long weekend with like a bunch of my girlfriends that I grew up with. And I think I brought like a shitty box of wine. And one of them was like, I'm done drinking shit wine. And she brought like nice bottles. And I was like, okay, she's
That
right.
transition happened.
She's right. Why? I don't. Drinking makes me feel too shitty now. I can't drink something that is not good.
We have to talk about what we're looking forward
Looking
to.
forward to.
There's what we're over, but then but there's a ray of sunshine here. We have to lean into some sort of like hope and belief. And because that part of my personality, I refuse to let fucking be incinerated by the bullshit that's happening in the world. What is there to look forward to other than the small moments that you choreograph in your life? Like, what is it?
I only have the small moments right now. I don't have a bigger picture thing that I believe is going to happen. I know too much. I know that they hurtled towards Earth for 2 minutes, okay? I know what the universe is capable of. I have here and now.
And I also believe that there's no, and this is why like organized religion has never made sense to me, because there's no amount of goodwill that you can do during this time that just absolves you from like bad shit happening. It's just going to happen. I think it's chance. I just really think like it's a fucking flip. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to it. I think it's just whatever.
I am not an everything happens for a reason girly.
Although
I don't like when people tell me that. It pisses me off.
Sometimes I do lean strongly into coincidence and the universe giving you signs. I feel very strongly about that.
Yes. Okay. But that's different than
everything happens for a
reason. Someone you love
reason.
died. Everything happens for a reason.
No, that's fucked up. That is so fucked up.
Sometimes shitty things happen. But that's what I was telling you the other day, that I have been kind of trying to come to terms with this idea that I'm currently living my happily ever after, because there's no after. This is it, right? Like I'm married to the love of my life.
Yes.
I'm raising 2 beautiful children, but every day is difficult. Life is really a struggle sometimes. Everything's not what I had always hoped it would be, but this is my happily ever after because it will end.
Enjoy this moment right
Yes.
now. And I do that specifically around 2020. That year I was unemployed for a fucking year, which was insane. I mean, I was doing like stuff on the side, but I was not in my normal day-to-day life. And I was main mom for Danny while Laura was on Zoom all day. And sorry, LB. And I just, during that time was so challenging for me in so many different ways. One, I had to go through my own personal like failure complex of I was the primary breadwinner and now good thing I have the savings because we're just going to blow through it this year. And like, I didn't know how to show up for a 3-year-old every day. And it was such a struggle because I was dealing with my own shit and then also trying to show up for him during a time that was absolute chaos. And I just remember thinking that year and in that time and in those moments that I was so fucking depressed and it was absolutely awful. And now when I look back on it and I see the pictures of Danny and I doing all of these stupid things that I came up with because I had to keep myself busy, I'm like, what a gift. What a gift that year was to just be with him, be annoyed by him, teach him things that like if I wasn't around, he probably wouldn't have learned.
Sam said that once. She's like, 2020 was the best year ever. She's like, we had our second kid and then there was nothing to do but hang out with them. And
That's
it was
a gift.
Definitely challenging, but also like really amazing.
Yeah. That was one of those years that I've been through many of those moments in my life where it's like, you don't know how you're going to get through it, but you just do it.
Yes.
A river fucking runs through it. Just, that's the mantra in my head. Like, just keep going. And I look at it now, like we're in a pretty chaotic time and there's some crazy things happening and everybody has this level of instability. But at the same time, what a gift to be doing what we're doing. And like, what a gift. I met you a couple of years ago. We weren't friends in 2020.
I am a gift, and I appreciate you
are a gift.
mentioning that.
You make me laugh. Bitch, you make me laugh. And now...
You make me roll my eyes, mostly.
Absolutely. That is my job. And now I'm going to think about the Challenger, even though I don't want to think about the 2 minutes.
You gotta think about it.
I didn't have that fact until you.
I'm going to tell you exactly how long.
Can't. I'm not ready for this.
2 minutes and 45
Oh, shit. It was almost
seconds.
3 minutes, almost. Okay.
I knew it was closer to... I'm sorry for giving you that.
It's this like Irish Catholic morbidity that is just seeping out of you.
I know.
Sorry.
It's like, it's a bit of an obsession, but I think it's healthy.
What else are we looking forward to?
Dancing.
Oh, God. Again, with the being good thing, I struggle with this all the time because I was such a heathen in my 20s. When I went out with my friends, I went out and it was all on the dance floor. And I wasn't worried about people looking at me or judging me or I didn't give a fuck. I was that bitch dancing to Justin Timberlake's sexy back on the stage with my shirt off. And I did not care. I was very proud. So like that, it's that energy.
Okay. Looking forward to dancing. How should we end this weird conversation?
I don't think it's weird. I think people will find some common interest with it.
Common interest. Someone out there is obsessed with the Challenger. Obsessed with the Challenger. I'm obsessed with the Nutty Putty cave.
The what? I'm sorry, what?
I'm not going to get it.
Nutty Buddy or Nutty Putty?
Nutter Butter Cave? What is it? Nutty Putty? No.
I remember those wafers that we had in the 90s.
Nutty Putty Cave, yeah.
No,
I can't explain it to you because it's just another weird morbid thing I'm obsessed with. Okay, what is it called when you just go in really tight crevices in caves and that's what you do because you're a psychopath?
It's not crevicing. Even though that's the only... What is it? What is it?
I don't know. Spelunking.
Spelunking. I was
going
so
to say
close.
that and then I was like, no. Spelunking's got to be like bouncing off of a cliff or something. Yeah, there was this guy spelunking in the Nutty Putty cave and he went down and his body couldn't reverse out. And they couldn't get him out because the way his body was bent, there was no way to pull him out.
I'm all set. I don't need to know that.
The craziest shit I did, and this was in my 20s, was like jump out of a plane, like bungee jump.
That's pretty crazy.
Right, but I mean, that's all like normal people crazy. I'm not trying to crawl into a space this big, deep inside of a cave. Why the fuck would I do that?
I'm not a daredevil.
Isn't that daredevilish?
Jumping out of a plane.
I did it in the Swiss Alps, I will say. People who do it over like a Long Island in New Jersey, I'm like, what did you see? How was that for you?
Let me just replay that. I jumped out of a plane in the Swiss Alps, so it was better than the rest of you fucking peasant in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Still wouldn't do it.
I was in college. I was very broke.
But you had this one bucket list?
Yeah, my friends and I did it. We stayed in a hostel. My jump master was named Hans. I shit you not.
Was he hot?
Maybe. Just like big, strong Swiss man named Hans.
Fun.
You know, you're strapped to them.
I wouldn't want some like short guy named Kevin.
Right? Welcome to season 2 of Unseen. This season, we want to go deep with our listeners. Do you have a queer confession? Share it with us. Totally confidential, 100% anonymous. What did we learn today? Stop being good, stop following beauty industry standards, and start dancing. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Unseen.